Eren eating Snickers, and the One Piece crew all drinking Fanta. Commercials involving anime are nothing new, especially in Japan where companies have frequent collabs with anime franchises. Wait, is that Hatsune Miku? The question is, can you make an anime through ads? The answer is yes. Yes, you can. Well, it can't be any good, can it? Yes, it can. Zikai, a cram school of all things, proved that you can, strangely enough. Their short film, Proof of Us, is a masterpiece that rivals the best of the best. It would even beat Solo Leveling for Best Anime of the Year if it was released this year. And I'll show you why. Proof of Us follows two childhood friends, Takuya and Haruka, who'd constantly compete against each other in any way, shape, or form. Constantly butting heads and arguing who is better, be it in mathematics, running, chasing home runs, you name it. Despite that, people around them know that they are close. Closer than. However, as they grow older, they also start to grow apart. Pride is many things, but sometimes it can be harmful to us and the people around us. And the worst part, we don't even notice it until it's too late. As a child, one prideful moment that I had was assuming that I'm all grown up. I'm too old for that. That's too childish. Only to end up realizing later on that no, I'm not too old for that. The same way, Takuya thought he outgrew the childish friendship he had with Haruka. And in the one moment where Haruka showed vulnerability, saying goodnight to him, he just blew it.
It should have been me, not him! It's not fair!
They grew apart more and more as they age, but an opportunity allows them to rekindle their friendship. The faces, showing that they miss each other after all this time. Then this guy blows it again. Coach, at this point, just sub me in for Takuya, please. Pride keeps him from asking her for help, and even from telling her that he's moving away. As they graduate from middle school, Haruka asks him why he hadn't told her. And Takuya? He replied simply, he felt like he didn't need to. Keep this in mind as this is important later on. And that was it. They were miles away from each other and their friendship has hit a stump again. This time, there was a physical distance added to the equation, where they can't rely on a coincidental meeting to rekindle things. Their pride being a bigger barrier between them than ever. The only way that they can mend their friendship now is by actually putting effort. No more chance meetings, no more relying on luck. They need to put in the work. Being separated made the two realize the importance of the other and allowed Haruka to finally make the first move. Finally moving past pride, Takuya and Haruka both improve in their studies, and on the way, they rekindle their friendship once more. If as kids, they would compete to see who's better, now, much older, they are pushing each other to be better. And everything wraps up in the nicest way, especially with the perfectly executed callback from a while ago. Takuya didn't tell her about him moving away because he felt like he didn't need to. Who was she anyways? However, here, he didn't tell her which university he chose because he wanted to surprise her. He grew up in between the time he said those words to Haruka. When he was still prideful, those words were used to hurt the trust between them. Now, letting go of the pride, it was used to show how close they've become compared to before. It's actually so sweet and I'm jealous. Callbacks are such a wonderful thing in storytelling, but there is another factor that makes this the best anime that you have never watched. It's the score used for this animated short film, Ahead of Us by Akira Kosimura, perfectly capturing the feelings of the characters and the setting of the story. The piece starts off mellow, light, and slow-paced, portraying the innocence of childhood. The piece then starts to develop darker tones as pride starts to grow. Before suddenly jumping in a mysterious rhythmic melody, as if conveying the tones of contemplation. It then builds up again before reaching the climax. Yet, for some reason, there's something missing. Yes, the two have rekindled the relationship, but there's still an underlying problem between the two of them. As the fact that Takuya is moving is revealed, the music slows down its pace again with a more cold and somber tone. This continues onwards until Haruka steeled herself to change, where along with her, the music changes too. It, once again, hopeful, and starts to build itself up again. The build-up finally reaches a resolution, a conclusion, as the two of them start to open up to each other again and help each other out. And to top it all off, the music finally reaches its natural end. The familiar rhythmic melody returns, but this time with a different tone, one that feels more complete. I overanalyzed the music again. Whoops. But yeah, the storytelling and the music harmonize to make what in my opinion is the best anime you haven't watched. Because claiming it as the best anime is crazy. However, I am crazy. After all, I am Hyuin Kiyoma, the world's craziest scientist in this world. Does anyone ever reach this part of the video? If so, hi, and I'd appreciate it if you like and subscribe. It would really help me. Thank you and see you all next time.